Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And I just wanted to make you guys a short video on the narcissist convict is out to pray during COVID-19. As you guys know, everything is closed down, right? That means courthouses, everything completely. There's a lot of people, a lot of convicts out on the street. A lot of people who have court cases, a lot of people who, are out on parole. You have a lot of convicts that have never been in the system. They've never been in the system, never have gotten caught, who have regular jobs, who go to work every day. You have complete psychopaths, murderers that go to work every day. Think about it. You have child molesters. You have, pimps who are pimping and pandering little girls. You have, and this could be not just men, but women who are sent to go after young girls. Women. Yes. So little girls, listen, open up your ears. You're going to have friends around you that are not your friends and that are going to want you to come out during this pandemic. And if you believe that this coronavirus is real or not real, you need to believe that these felons and these demonic people that are not working right now and they're at home are out to seek someone like you, someone good, someone who might be confused, because just as the narcissist doesn't know what's going to be, going on with the world, in the next couple months, neither do you, and the narcissist is preying on vulnerable people and people who are at home, people who are on disability. They're preying on the elderly. They have so much time. Look, these narcissists, a lot of psychopaths, think about it, murderers that go to work and that have not got caught, they're literally, you have to think the narcissist plans everything out, even their victims. That is, if they're into brunettes, blondes, children, whatever it is. They plan everything out. Nothing is coincidence. No, those good times were not real. No, those nice times were not real. They needed something in return. They needed your attention. They needed something. Or they took something from you, and they felt like by giving you something, they were making it even with you, when it's not even close to being even. The narcissist picks a day, whether it's, on the weekend, those are my days off. This is the day, or I tell my spas that I have to work on this day when I really don't have to work. And these are the days I come over here. Everything they do, they'll tell you, I'm going to pick up more hours at work. They tell you all kinds of things, for a fact. When I was younger and I was dealing with this narcissist, the first moment I knew they were lying to me was when they were telling me they were doing all this overtime. And when I was around them, I don't know if they were digging in their pockets or what, but when they left, it was a paper on the floor, like a little receipt, and it had his clock-in hours of how many hours he worked. And I'm telling you, this man didn't work crap. He must have had like 15 to 20 hours on that paper. And he was claiming he was working so much and that I had to work harder. And that's what I'm saying about the narcissist. They want to keep you distracted. And a lot of times when you have stuff going with your life, you have a job and you're doing things and you're busy, you don't have time to be worrying about if your partner is really at work. And, especially if they're checking up on you, you won't even know that they're lying to you. The narcissist right now, they're forced at home with with a lot of the people that they victimize, that they've abused mentally, physically, and that they hate. They despise people. They despise people who are not like them. And people who are like them, they can't trust and they're paranoid with. So they end up treating them bad too. But they tolerate each other until they kill each other off, or until they've burned enough bridges where now they're both unhappy. So the narcissist right now, they're literally, a lot of them that aren't working, they're psychopaths, murderers, whatever you want to call them. These demons are like, oh, I don't have to work. Oh my gosh, like I'm on demon time. The beast is out. I'm ready to, I can get unlimited supply right now. This is going to be so easy. This is going to be a breeze. I'm going after everyone's kids. I'm going after your kids, your wives, your children. I'm going after everyone. Like, yes, this is the time. Like, that's literally how they feel. I could just imagine how much the crime rate has probably went up, how many murders, narcissists, blacking out, destroying people during this coronavirus for questioning what they're doing. They don't like to be questioned. I could just imagine all the children that are in pain right now because their abusive parent is home yelling at them every day, telling them not to make any noise, upset because they have to see these children all day. A lot of times they use children as pawns, and once they get older, it's like, okay, cool, now you're old enough to disappear and be distracted with your little friends and your tablet, and I don't have to really deal with you too much, like that's how they distract you with video games. Here, play this video game, but if you make too much noise, I'm going to come in here and yell. These narcissists are attacking their families, and like I said, some of them are convicts. There's people who are out here waiting on cases, and as we know, it seems like a lot of times they let child abusers and all type of sick people, they let them out freely, and a lot of times they get good people and they lock them up, and these good people end up turning evil because now the devil has came and tried to destroy them, and they don't recognize who they are anymore. And I know that I had a friend who her husband's dad that was around, he basically died in jail. He went to jail over a minor crime, something minor, and they wouldn't let him out. They might have believed that, he didn't have family or something. But he had cancer, and he wrote a letter to his son letting him know, hey, I have cancer. The cancer came back and I'm still here in jail, and I don't know when I'm going to be out, but I feel sick. And then, they weren't releasing people because of the coronavirus, and he ended up dying in jail. The moment he died, instead of calling the family and letting the family know any information of where he's at or anything, they waited a week to call the family. And when they finally called the family, they called the family at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And that's why I say right now everyone is on demon time. It's like you're on demon time. So someone dies and you're going to call them at 3 o'clock in the morning to wake them up and tell them that their lost one had died. A lot of stuff going on. And if God is removing people from your life, or if you're going through a lot of situations and signs that are telling you, stay home, don't go nowhere, or this person showed you who they were. Yes, I know, a lot of years. It's because it's serious. These monsters are everywhere and they look like normal people. Some of them are young, some of them are old. So, a lot of them have sold their souls for free. There's a lot of convicts and bad people out in these streets, and they're dividing people. They're dividing people. Everyone is building hate towards one another, and that's what the narcissist does. They confuse. How are we in a pandemic and all this crazy stuff has been happening and so much division has been happening? That comes from the devil. That comes from Satan. And as someone who has dealt with narcissists, and the narcissist I dealt with, me and him, when I had a conversation with him, because I knew what he was, he admitted to me that he was Satan. He told me he was Satan. He told me that he worships Satan. He's possessed by him. He told me that I guess he's evil, but that God knows his heart and God knows that he wants to change. These narcissists are sick. So, if you're away from them, don't ever think that it was love. God just gave you free will and he didn't want you to be in pain all the time. So anything good that came out of that narcissist, it wasn't from that narcissist. It was from God. God uses bad people as well, but you have free will. So be very careful with going out. Be very careful with where you go. Be very careful. I had a friend as well who, she went to the grocery store just really quick with her children to get some things for quarantine, and she said she felt a man looking at her down the aisle, and she kind of looked but didn't, she was aware that he was there and he was looking at them. She said that they went into another aisle where they were looking at children things, and the kids were getting a couple things, and that as soon as they got, like stickers and little things that they needed, coloring books, the man offered to pay for all of their things. Like when they were ready to pay, he came and he was offering to pay. And he said, I have granddaughters and they remind me of my granddaughters. He was offering to pay. And my friend said that she had a disgusting feeling of like something, come over her, like she was scared. When someone is a good person and they're really genuine and they're really trying to help you, or they know that you're in need and they're like, here, I'll pay for you. But when it's a narcissist or something evil, like you just feel it in you. And there's been studies that have proven that when I was reading one time that they made a study where they had pictures of convicts, right? And these convicts had done some of the most heinous crimes. They had pictures of them. Then they had another set of pictures of a whole bunch of people who are, humanitarians and who have done a lot of good. And they basically, scrambled the pictures, and it was a test. They tested many people, and they basically, if that person seems like they're a good person, push this button. If this person gives you a bad vibe, push this button. A lot of the studies that they found was that people automatically know when someone has a bad spirit when you meet them. You automatically feel something different, something not right, something not genuine, but then they start fooling you, and that's what gets you, but the study proven that most people feel something different from the narcissist that they felt from other people, and a lot of times they don't realize that till the relationship is over. It's like, oh wow, I do remember in the beginning he or she did this or that, or they said this or whatever, or they told me this, or they gave me a warning about this because that's really who they were, that's really who they were. And in that study, it proven that, but it also proven that a lot of people who are known to not be attractive, or their face is not symmetrical, or whatever it is, they also tended to think that those people are bad, and that people with good looks are good people, basically. And the thing is, that's why you bump into, society has a way of trying to tell you what's attractive. And a lot of times you will realize that some of those people that are attractive are some of the most evilest people. Sometimes you'll notice that some of those people that are not attractive are some of the best, great, good people, because they've been through so much, There's many different parts of this test, but for the most part, when they showed these felons, they automatically felt like something isn't right. So trust me, if these narcissists in your life are trying to get you to go out and do things and things like that, it's only to set you up with more narcissists with demons. It's a demon party, really. These people are very low vibrational people. If you have conversations with them, you will see that you're not on the same plane as them. You'll start to feel like you're alone. You feel like you're in this battle alone. It's like all the zombies are out and you're running from house to house, literally trying to survive, because they're everywhere and they have nowhere to go. So they're getting together in big groups now. Wherever there's a big group, there's a lot of narcissists there. And like I said, these narcissists, a lot of them have not got caught. And right now, it's free game. And a lot of them are going to think they're above the law, and some of them will get caught and some of them will not. Some of them will get their karma because, some of them are very abusive. I know a lady that was being abused by her husband, and she told me, she was crying to me, and she told me that she was cleaning the tub in her bathroom, and her husband came home drunk. He had spirits in him, and he ended up just starting yelling at her, calling her fat and things like that. And she said she was so angry she stabbed him. I'm making this video because a lot of these felons, these narcissists, even if they don't have a criminal record, they're felons. They've escaped. They've escaped. The beast is out. And the beast wants to mark everyone. So it's up to you if you want to be part of the world or you don't want to be. You have to make a choice. Everyone has 20/20 vision now to see what's going on. Some of us don't want to accept it. Some of us are bargaining. And I do believe that even if you're bargaining, the universe always knows your true intentions, and what it is that you really desire and you need. It's not about what you want all the time. It's about what you need. You might want this type of car, but God blessed you what you needed, because that's what you needed at that moment, So be careful, you guys. Know that you don't know the narcissist the way you think or you thought you knew them. They're vibrating on a very low frequency right now. And honestly, they feel untouchable. And they will laugh in your face. And you're always being watched. You're always being watched. I was in my backyard and my neighbor was flying a drone over my yard, and it had broke, and they were asking to come get it. And I realized, why are you flying your drone over my backyard? But you're always being watched, you guys, all the time. I had a car accident, and nothing happened to my car. But when I made the report over the phone, they knew exactly where I was at without me telling them where I was at. They knew what cross street I was at. Everything you say and do shall be held against you. So be careful what you say and you do to the narcissist, because the narcissist does not, they get even, and they don't ever forget anything. And if you left them and you're alive, trust me, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about everyone, and they're bored. The devil is bored. The devil does not sleep. A lot of these narcissists are turning into full-blown drug addicts, and they're drinking every day and they're doing drugs every day because they don't know what to do with themselves being at home like this. And you're going to be hearing a lot of crazy things. So be careful, you guys. Talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.